Good morning students. My name is Anushka Channa and I am your English teacher. In the last classes we have studied chapter number 1 and 2. In this class we will study chapter number 3. The name of the chapter is singular nouns and plural nouns.
So children, today we are going to start chapter number 3, singular and plural nouns. In the last two classes we have learned about nouns. Before beginning this chapter, we have to revise what are nouns. So nouns are the name of an animal, person, place or thing. On the basis of number, nouns can be classified into two categories, singular nouns and plural nouns. Now we are going to understand about singular and plural nouns in detail. First, let us see what are singular nouns. A singular noun is a noun that refers to only one person, one place, one thing or one idea. So any noun that are only one in number are known as singular nouns. For example, you can see one book, one balloon, one leaf, one child. So all these are the example of singular nouns because they are just one in number. Now let us read about plural nouns. A noun that names more than one person, animal, place or thing is called a plural noun. So any noun that are more than one in number are known as plural nouns. For example, you can see 5 books, many balloons, many leaves and 5 children. So all these are more than one in number. So these are the examples of plural nouns. A singular noun can be made into plural nouns by following certain rules. So we are going to read about each rule. First, let us see rule number 1. Rule number 1 says most nouns add s to indicate the plural form, which means some of the nouns can be made into its plural form by adding an s to the noun. For example, the plural of cat will be cats, book will be books, friend, friends, apple, apples. So in all these examples you can see that the noun had been made into its plural form by simply adding s. Let us see rule number 2. Rule number 2 says nouns ending with an s, ss, ch, x, o or sh sound add es in the plural form, which means that all the nouns that end with s, ss, ch, x, o or sh will be made in its plural form by adding es. For example, bus. Now you can see bus is ending with an s. So it can be made into its plural form by adding es. So the plural of bus will be buses. Similarly, the plural of glass will be glasses, watch will be watches, box, boxes, flamingo, flamingos, bush, bushes. Now let us see rule number 3. Rule number 3 states that nouns ending with an f or fe add a ves to indicate the plural form. Rule number 3 says that any noun that ends with f or fe can be made into its plural form by simply adding ves to the noun. For example, thief. Now thief ends with f, so it can be made into its plural form by adding ves. So the plural of thief is thieves, shelf, shelves, wolf, wolves, wife, wives, knife, knives. Now there are certain special cases in which ves is not followed. For example, chief. Now chief, even though chief ends with f, but the plural will be made by adding s instead of ves. So the plural of chief will be chiefs, and same is with roof. The plural of roof will be roofs. Let us see rule number 4. Rule number 4 says nouns ending with a consonant plus y add an ies to indicate the plural form. it says that nouns that ends with a consonant and a y will be made into its plural form by adding ies. For example, lady. Now you can see lady ends with a consonant and a y. So it can be made into its plural form by adding ies. So the plural of lady will be ladies, ferry, ferries, fly, flies, story, stories, fairy, fairies. Let us see rule number 4. Let us see rule number 5. Now in rule number 5, it says nouns ending with a vowel plus y add an s to indicate the plural form, which means that the nouns that end with a vowel and a y will be made in its plural form by adding s. For example, bay. Now bay has a vowel and a y in the end, so it will be made in its plural form by adding s. So the plural of bay will be bays, the plural of key will be keys, tray, trays, donkey, donkeys, toy, toys. Let us see rule number 6. Rule number 6 states that there are a few nouns whose plural form is written differently. For example, the plural of man is men, the plural of child is children, the plural of goose is geese, the plural of mouse is mice, and the plural of ox is oxen. Let us see rule number 7. Rule number 7 states that there are a few nouns that have no singular form, which means they only stay in their plural forms, they have no singular form. Some of the examples are trousers, spectacles, beans, pilers, news. Let us see rule number 8. Rule number 8 states that there are few nouns that have no plural form. So in the last rule we studied that there are few nouns that have no singular form, and in this rule we are seeing that there are also some nouns that have no plural form, they just stay in their singular form. For example, fish, moose, sheep, shrimp, bison. So children, this is all that was there in this chapter. The PDF exercises of this lesson will be provided soon. Try to do exercise A and B given on page number 10 in the books. We will meet in the next class. Stay home and stay safe.